Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Etho mod pack. So one huge part of this mod pack that I haven't really paid a lot of attention to was food. Since you can only eat things so many times, I'm currently down to one fish here. So I think that for a little bit this episode we're going to be focusing on food. Because I'm sure if you guys are playing this mod pack too, you're also going to run into a situation where you're running low on food. So the biggest source of food in this mod pack that I found is this Pam's Harvestcraft stuff. And I was searching around a long time to figure out how to get all these types of fruits and soy and all this other stuff. And I couldn't really find anything on it. So I just started running around and I found some fruit trees here. So this is some cherries trees, so you can get cherries and stuff. But I still couldn't find all the fruit. And then I found these stock gardens. And I've seen these before, but I just passed them up because I didn't know what they were. But apparently if you break them, you'll actually get a ton of different types of fruits. From all of them. So you see I've got a bunch of beans and eggplants, and then you can place these fruits in the crafting table there, and you'll actually get the seeds for it, so you can just grow them yourself. So this gives me a whole bunch of different types of food. Now all this raw stuff, it only gives you a little bit, but it'll add to your 250 counter. So that's good. And then you can supposedly do something with these beehives. Probably like gather honey from it, but I'm not actually gonna worry about that. So yeah, I've been looking around, gathering a bunch of stuff. Ooh, this is new. What are these? Mushroom gardens. All right, well let's break these. Are we just gonna get mushrooms from these? Looks like we got a white mushroom. Okay, that's something new. So yeah, I've just been kind of passing up these garden blocks because I had no idea what they were, but apparently that's how you get stuff in Pam's Harvestcraft. And I actually, I did see some stuff over here that I just passed up because I didn't know what they were. These little white things here, which is right by my base. And these are textile gardens. So what do we get from these? Cotton. Okay, it looks like these drop cotton. It doesn't look like anything else. So that's probably why, because I did break these, but they just gave me cotton. So that's why I kind of passed up all the other ones. But okay, so now we've got a huge smorgasbord of different types of foods we can make. So I'm going to go ahead and take some time, look at what I can make, and I better hurry because I'm running out of food here. And I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So as you can see, I built a little barn here, which is going to be our farming area. And I gave us quite a lot of space here because chances are we're going to be farming a lot in this mod. This mod pack, I mean, because of all the food that we're going to need. But thankfully this stuff actually isn't that hard. So I went ahead and made a bunch of this garden soil. I'm not exactly sure how this works, but it looks like that, and I know that you can't step on it, so that's the main reason I wanted it. And I did check, and it looks like this stuff can be planted in it. I'm not sure if it needs to be fertilized, like with water, or hydrated. Hydrated is the word I'm looking for. Yeah, I'm not sure if it needs to be hydrated. I haven't really checked it yet. It doesn't say anything up in that upper left there about being hydrated, so probably not. It's pretty easy to make. It just takes some sand and dirt and some seeds, and then you get 8. So really it's just 1 sand or 1 dirt per block, so it's not expensive at all. Just need some extra seeds. So let me show you how easy it is to actually farm this stuff. So once you plant it, you can just kind of hold right click down on it with bone meal, and it literally just spits out beans there. And then it'll just give you 1 seed back, right? Or no? Okay, it didn't actually even give a seed back by the looks of it. But either way, it's extremely easy to actually farm this stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and make a huge farm area anyway. And then we'll see if I want to go ahead and make a turtle program to actually do it. So I'm just going to kind of organize this in a way that's easy. Probably I'll do it in rows like this. And then 1 plant per row. We are going to want trees in here as well because there are fruit trees. So this row right here, I'll put this here. And I'm not sure, maybe I'll just leave a little break here in the middle and just leave this as grass. and then start here. It's not space efficient or anything, but I think it'll be easier to walk around and be organized in here. And I've given myself a lot of space here and a lot of different types of, room for a lot of different types of food here. I'm not exactly sure how many we're gonna need, but again, whatever we don't fill up, we can just use, oops, missed a couple spots. We can just use trees there. So let's go ahead and just, since we have a bunch of beans, just plant a bunch of beans right here. And if this stuff does need to be hydrated, we can kind of use this space for that too. So we'll put beans, and then maybe some peas. I'll probably organize this later in the future with like maybe alphabetical, or or we'll probably just leave it how it is. Yeah, so it looks like it just kind of, with one seed, you kind of just plant it and then harvest it as you go. So let's see, I think once you plant it, it kind of grows like this, and then you harvest it, and then it goes back to the early state. So actually, you don't get any more seeds back. You just hold right click, and you don't even need to plant it again. So that's really cool. And then where are all my beans? Here they are, or peas, I mean. So then this will be peas. And basically, whenever we want more food, we can just come in here and just hold right click on all this stuff, harvest it all, and then that's pretty much it. And we'll see how the actual mining turtle interacts with this stuff. If it can just kind of run through and right click on it all, if it can do that, then it can just harvest every bit of it. I don't know if it'll be able to do that, since there's no like right click or left click. It does look like this stuff is growing, which is cool, because that means we don't need to actually hydrate the soil, which is nice. So if the turtle comes by, the turtle might have to actually break the plant and then place it again, which shouldn't be a big deal. Gravel there. Man, this shovel is fast. I have done some upgrading on my tools since the last episode. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and start planting a few more of this stuff, and I'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, so that's pretty much what we've got from at least the farming crops right here. That's just so far. I'm sure there's more. I did decide to actually just do it, just fill the whole thing up with crops. I think it'll look more full in the end. But I did give myself a little path here, so we can put little signs here and then maybe label what each thing is, because they're kind of hard to tell just from looking at them. But some of the stuff that I found, like these cherries and plums, they actually grow on trees, and it's really easy to do that as well. All you have to do is put them in the crafting table like that, and you get the sapling for it. Let's see, is that all I had? And then some walnuts. There we go. So that's these three, and I think that's all the tree fruit that I had on me. You can do this with apples too, which I'll probably do. But then these, I can kind of place them around here like this. Kind of, let's see, 3 apart probably. So put them right there, and then just have them go down this line here, so we can have a nice area full of fruit trees and fruit grown in the ground like this. It'll be really nice in the end, and it should give myself plenty of food in the long run, because as you can see, my lunchbox is still empty here. Nothing's in it. I've just been kind of snacking on these fruit as I get them. I'll probably eat this one next. They only give you half a bit each time, but they do count as a eating, so that's good. So anyway, I'm going to clean this up a little bit more, and I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So I've done quite a bit of work out there by the farm. I'm just grabbing some more bone meal here from these spikes, which are a huge help. I'll just leave the rest. Yeah, but just from that one spike, we got tons of bone meal. And bone meal in this mod, the Pam's Harvestcraft mod, is really overpowered. Like, you can pretty much get anything. Oh, don't attack me. I died again. I always die in the nether. I'm probably gonna die a lot more. I'm not gonna delete my my death points in the nether for a little bit and just see how many times I die in the nether, because I'm just totally unlucky in the nether. As you can see, that time I was actually really close to the portal. Let's take a quick sleep so we don't get bothered. Okay, so as you can see, I've actually moved all of my storage over there, and we'll probably slowly move some of this other stuff over there as well. But for right now, I just moved the storage, and that's what's really useful about this mod is I just literally just picked up the block and moved it over there, and all my stuff is over there. So that's pretty cool. So if we come back over here to this farm area, I've got some more crops growing, and I've got the trees planted. And look, even with the trees, with the bone meal, you can just like spam it and get a ton of fruit. So getting the produce actually isn't that bad at all. Really, you only need one of each, and then you can kind of just, you know, hold them down on each one of these, and you get pretty much anything you need. But just for the look of it, I think I'm going to keep this large field. So I've also got some animals over here. You need meat and milk for several things with this mod. So it'll be nice to have these things around. I do need to get some carrots because I don't actually have any yet, so I can't breed the pigs. So we'll just have to leave the pigs as is. But we can use the cows for sure. And actually, I should go get some wheat and breed those up again, just so we can get a little bit of a surplus. Because we're actually going to need... did I get them? There we go. We're going to need some milk for this and some meat. So this is basically my setup at the moment. We've got this over here in case any machine needs power. And then we've got all these things here. And basically I'm just going to be using this to store the food so I don't have to search for it. So I know I can just put kind of like the fruit in this one, just like the unprocessed fruit here. Just store that there, just so I know what I have. And then over here we can kind of put some of the processed food. We probably won't need this much storage, but it's just in case. And then we've got some furnaces on the side to actually cook the food. I know there's some sort of oven with this mod, but we're just going to use the furnaces at the moment. And as you can see, I actually added 6 more of these drives. I ran out of space in the first 4, so I just added 6 more. They're pretty easy to make. And I made just the 1K storages again. The bigger storages actually only hold more bytes and not more types, and it was actually the types that I ran out of. I actually had more bytes left over, so I just kind of just made some of the smaller ones. I'll probably regret that in the future, but for right now, you know, not a problem. What's this priority thing? Oh, that must be something to do with having multiple drives. I've just got the one right now, so that's not a problem. Anyway, if some of the more keen-eye people probably would have noticed that I've got pizza searched here, we're going to attempt to make a pizza, which is going to be our first kind of like really made food, more than just cooking it on a furnace. So to do this, we need bakeware, dough, some tomatoes, which I have, cheese, and some sort of meat. Looks like we have firm tofu or a raw pork chop. So we should have tomatoes. I think I have more stored over there, but do we have any in here? Okay, yes, we got tomatoes. So since we can have 5, we're going to want to make 5 of these. So we're going to need 5 tomatoes. So let's run out here and just get 4 more tomatoes for this. Tomatoes. That's 3. And okay, 5. So we'll make 5 tomatoes. That's easy enough. And then we are going to add, let's do the dough first. So the dough needs water, flour, and salt. Alright, well there we go. The flour is pretty easy, just some wheat and a mortar and pestle, which we've got in here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I made sure to make all the different types of tools that this mod needs, like the mortar and pestle and the bakeware and stuff, and I put them all in my system here, so it'll automatically take them out as I need them. Alright, so we've got that. I've already got some salt. We just need 5 buckets of water. So let's take some buckets here. There is something in this mod that'll give you an infinite source of water, but for right now we can kind of just... actually, we can just grab it from this, can't we? If we do that. Nope. I thought we could just grab it from there, but that's fine. There's water right outside. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so now we've got that. We can just store all these buckets in the system and we'll get them out as we need them. And we should have salt, and we should have a mixing bowl. So if I do that, that's there. Oops, I forgot to put the flour in. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And there's our empty buckets. We can put those back. So now we've got the dough. If we've got dough, tomatoes, we need cheese. To make cheese, we need milk and salt and a pot. So we should have kept those buckets, but let's get those buckets out again. And then we can come over here and grab some milk from our cows. 5 buckets of milk. That is one generous cow to give us 5. And salt pot. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And each one of these things, like we can eat the cheese separately and we can eat the tomatoes separately. So they actually count as different types of food that we can eat. But since we're getting more settled here, and this only heals one thing, we're gonna want one of these. See how much that heals. So the more we want more better food. We don't want to keep eating just raw cheese and tomatoes and stuff like that, because this stuff that only heals a half and that heals 1. So we definitely want to start moving into some better food here. That's kind of the point of this mod. Alright, so let's do that. We didn't just store all this stuff, and we don't have any pork chops or tofu. I don't think. And I guess I didn't make the bakeware. How do you make the bakeware? Oh, we need clay for that. I didn't have any leftover clay. So here's what I'm going to do. Since I don't want to kill these pigs, since I can't breed them, I'm going to go fly off and grab some clay and also some pork chop. And I'll be right back. Okay, so there is our bakeware, and there is our raw pork chops. So now we should have enough to make 5 pizzas. Alright, so you can look at the saturation there. It fills us up completely with 10 haunches, or whatever you want to call them, of saturation. So this is really good food. And we can go ahead and store that in our lunchbox there. And we've still got some of the junk food here. We got some calamari, some tomatoes are in there, chili peppers, we got some cherry juice, and one more walnut. So that's pretty much it for the food. We can make just so many different types. If we look at our food journal here, we're actually already sitting at 157 types of food. We have to get to 250 before we can start eating these beginning ones again, so the cooked muttons and apples here. But I've got a lot of junk food in here, like all these blueberries and all those blueberries, and then we've got some other junk here like this slime and monster jerky that isn't really good food. So in the future, really what we're going to want is to have our lunchbox entirely filled up with like pizza and chicken. You can look at all the different types here. Like chicken, lemon chicken, and we got pie and all these other types of great food that heals like a ton of actual food and saturation. So ideally we want to get a ton of those in our lunchbox. And then, if we had an entire lunchbox filled up with a pizza, the equivalent of this pizza, then we're not going to need food for a long time. And that's pretty much the goal, I think, with the way this mod is set up, is to not eat a bunch of blueberries and drink a bunch of apple juice. It's to actually make this really good food and then have it forever, pretty much. So that's pretty much it for this food. We can, if you did see, we could actually make different types of pizza. But they each take a pizza too, so we're going to have to make more pizza for that. And we don't have onions and we don't have spice leaves yet, so we can't actually make this one. And I'm not sure how to make pepperoni and steak. And well, I know how to make steak, but pork sausage and pepperoni. Yeah, we're going to need spice leaves for that one too. But these pizzas should last a long time. So we're pretty much set on food for quite a while here. There's several other things I can make with the fruit that I got. But either way, I'm going to end the episode here. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.